All right, Call of Duty Vanguard. Let's check this out.
Whatever we do.
Another World War II shooter. All right, well, what does everyone else think about? Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Welcome to the channel, gamers. My name is Tacti. Now, I'm going to tell you straight off the bat, my area of focus in the gaming world is primarily hardcore and tactical shooters, so that's where my bias is coming from here. But I'm also very interested in the market in general, what the market is looking for, what kind of trends are going on in the gaming sphere, where the market's headed, and in general, the idea of marketing fascinates me. With that in mind, and looking at the current market, I think that this setting, World War II, is a very, very, very bad idea. But honestly, I don't really see what choice Activision has here. I feel like they've kind of been backed into a corner and had to choose to either go this route or head back in the direction of flight suits and wall running, jetpacks, and they chose the former. Because look, imagine if you're in Activision's shoes right now, not the whole legal trouble thing, but from a development standpoint. Looking ahead 2 to 3 years or however long it takes them to decide which game they're going to do, you know a Battlefield modern shooter is on the horizon. You've just had 2 modern Call of Duties, with Modern Warfare being a smash hit, and Cold War being the ugly older sister, I guess, of Modern Warfare. It just did not go very well. It didn't look good, it didn't feel good. It wasn't as great as Modern Warfare. Anyway, I digress. If you're Activision, you've got to make a decision, and I can see where they're coming from. But it's just a bad decision. I think Modern Warfare 2 would have been just fine and fared well. Or, you want to get real crazy? Try a cops and robbers kind of game. Okay, maybe that's a little bit too risky. But anymore, regardless of setting in this game, the focus from creators seems to be Warzone. Warzone gets far more attention than the base Call of Duty games on YouTube anyway. And this is where I think the title itself, the brand Call of Duty, is going to take a big hit. Nobody is going to want to play this. Really, I think that they've botched Warzone in general over the past 2 years, and I haven't played it in months and months. I have no idea when the last time I played it was, but the fact that the map has hardly changed, even with the implementation of Cold War, and that there still has not been an anti-cheat implemented, it's it's mind-boggling to me. You're a multi-billion-dollar company. Instead, you've banned 50,000 people in waves and waves and waves, but you don't want to take the time to stop them from ruining everybody else's experience? Like, what is the thought process here? You have to know that if you're banning 50,000 accounts in waves, and those 50,000 people are ruining the experience for everyone else, they're just going to come back and do the same thing with no risk, easy reward, and then get banned again to come back and do it again. On top of that, you have not added any content to the game. Cold War guns and weapon skins and some new game modes here and there, sure, that's all fine and dandy, but you haven't hardly touched your primary game mode, the primary selling point of the whole experience. You've balanced it, you've changed up the weapons, you've added some more skins. Fantastic, good for your wallets. But you're just begging for this game to become a laughingstock. I really just don't know what they've been doing this whole time, but they've just fallen behind. They're not holding the attention of the focus audience well. I just saw Jack Fragg's poll. I'll bring it up here. At the time of taking this screenshot, with 338,000 votes, everyone is sick and tired of Warzone. Nobody is playing this anymore. The game is absolutely toast. At this point, it's probably just cheaters playing cheaters, and whoever buys the best cheats wins. Okay, so a little bit of a sidebar there, I guess, but let me continue to talk about Vanguard. The field is absolutely saturated. You've got games like Hell Let Loose, Enlisted, Postscriptum, Verdun, even though that's a World War I shooter, I guess, but the gameplay loops are relatively similar. And then just 3 Call of Duties ago, you had World War II. Personally, I didn't even know this one existed because it was a time that I stepped away from gaming to do more important things in life, like, get married and start a family. But this field is absolutely swamped. This era has been absolutely wrung out, and honestly, I'm sick of this era being repeated over and over and over again. I'm just exhausted by it. I get bored thinking about it. I think the weapons from this period are just kind of boring at this point. I think it's going to be hard to compete with something like Hell Let Loose, since that game does that era so well while providing some decently fast-paced shooter mechanics. Obviously, with that one, optimization on consoles is going to be a little bit more tough, but that's something we'll see in the future. Alright, so is this game, Call of Duty Vanguard, going to succeed? No way. Now, I mean, it's a Call of Duty game, so the base population is going to be in the game, and they're going to spend a lot of money to keep things going. So in that sense, they will succeed. They're going to go on to the next one. This is going to make them money for sure. But unless they somehow put in some sort of crazy mechanic or gameplay feature, I can't even think of what would draw people like me who aren't loyalists into this. This is just going to be the same old Call of Duty with a setting that even fewer people want than Cold War, and it's going to be a smaller scale, faster pace, automatic weapon spraying competition that will make those pro leaguers a ton of money in tournaments, and then the next year, Treyarch is going to take it to the other extreme, and it's going to have a bunch of people in jetpacks and try to implement wall running just to fill the ever-present void that die-hard Titanfall fans have grown to endure and, again, likely end up being a flop. Not to mention, what in the world are they going to do with Warzone now? The meta of that game is going to be just a bunch of dudes with, ready? Just mark my words here, a Kar 98 and an STG 44 loadout running around with shark teeth skins on the weapons and some special pilot skin that will admittedly look cool with a helmet and goggles and a bomber jacket, but it's all going to be the same. Okay, look, let's back up. I see where they're coming from, I see the position they're in, and I can see why they chose this. But that doesn't mean it's a good decision to make just because you're supposed to release a game. This is what I mean when I talk about how big companies kill off the idea of art for the sake of profit. The creative innovation just isn't here. The storytelling may be alright, but I do expect lackluster gameplay with minimal innovation and minimal creativity being given to the gameplay or the animations, and really, just a boring game. And like I said before, this is why I feel indie companies do video games so much better. They have to. Call of Duty can at least generate sales just because it's brand recognition. It essentially entered the world into a new era of first-person shooters, and so it continues that progress from that moment. Indie devs, however, do not have that name recognition. They've got to actually do the work and make quality art and be innovative in somehow in order to grow and gain that name recognition. They've got to push themselves because they know that profit can't be driven by their name alone, and a lot of these games don't release out of early access when they expect to. The development can take months and months or even years to finish completely. But that's honestly why I enjoy indie shooters so much. I have a higher respect for them, I guess, and their practices for the most part, and I do like to see progress because with each big update especially, it almost feels like a new game. So here's my ultimate opinion here. Call of Duty has got to stop this yearly release nonsense and quit pretending like there's some sort of sports franchise game with different players on different teams every single year. They definitely won't, because that means they're going to miss out on a year of revenue, and that means no more $200 million big bonuses for Mr. Bobby up there. But that's what would be smart. Otherwise, they're just going to get themselves into a corner again and again and again and release a game that nobody asked for. In fairness, I know I have yet to see any gameplay, though I already kind of have since I guess Call of Duties are the same each year. I loved Modern Warfare, and if I weren't a creator with such limited time, I would have played that thing for hours and hours and hours, more than I already did. I think they did a great job of bringing some modern innovation into the franchise, especially with the weapon customization and the addition of Warzone and the new engines, but this and kind of the lackluster Cold War just seems like 2 steps backwards for the franchise itself. And with Battlefield 2042 coming out, and look, you're gonna laugh at me when I say this, but I promise I'm sincere about this, World War III coming into the works soon, Call of Duty sales are going to look pathetic, even compared to last year's Cold War nonsense. And if Hell Let Loose can get it in gear and beat Call of Duty to the punch and release a World War II shooter on consoles before this game releases, it'll be even worse for this game. Hell Let Loose is an excellent World War II title that does a really great job at that era, but optimization with that game right now is a little bit rough. Alright, in summary, when I look at the market and the demand for something like this, it's just pretty poor. And to clarify, I'm not mad at this game. I really don't care. I'm not trying to trash the game before it even comes out, but I am aware of the current market and how things have been handled previously with these titles. So if you want to buy the game, buy the game. If you don't, then you don't. It's not like I get a commission off your sales or no sales. Alright, what do you guys think though? Am I wrong about this release? Am I just too biased against big companies to see that this is going to be a big hit? Let me know below. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We recently hit 10K and the numbers keep booming. So thank you all for your amazing support. A lot of big ideas coming to the channel soon, so keep an eye out for those new things. Hopefully it's stuff you guys really like. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you're still here, you're a true hero. Stay safe out there, and more importantly, stay tactical.